Loading snacks.
Nope. I didn't like it. Let's do it again. StellaCon, how we feeling? Yeah, that's the energy I'm looking for. Where are my Genshin Impact fans? Sitting in the front, of course, right? I have the pleasure of bringing up Miss Sarah Miller Cruz to talk with us. You guys give a hand. She gets to sit. I'm gonna stand. Is that okay with you all? That's fine? Okay. Take your cameras out now. Get your pictures as you do. How are you? Uh-oh. We good? Let's get... Let's try that again. No? There we go.
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited you are here with us.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Okay, well, I feel like we should talk about Genshin.
Should we talk about Genshin?
I see so many amazing cosplays. I love it. I see Lumine.
I agree.
My girl Lumine.
I agree.
Have you seen an ether yet? Okay, you and either gotta get a photo together.
So here's the thing. I have a...
Please find my brother. Please, I beg you. I've been looking.
I have a gentleman in the back that has a microphone, because we will be taking questions. Do you see this guy back here? The one whose glasses are on, but not on his eyes?
Yeah.
At one point in time, that was cool. That's who we want to look to when we have questions, so we can make sure that we can hear you up here. Cool?
Yeah, okay, great, yeah.
All right, so here's what I want to start with.
Okay.
How does one become a voice actor in a game like Genshin Impact?
Okay, that's a good question.
Thanks.
So, I always say about getting into voice acting that there's no one right way to do it, because there really isn't. Everyone's path is different. And the most important thing is that it's voice acting. So, the acting has to take the first, most important part of the step. And you can work on your acting a lot of different ways. You can join an improv troupe, you could join a theater, community theater, or if you're in school, you could take a theater class. You could practice reading a children's book and make different voices for all the different characters. That's a way to do it where it's I like
that. You could volunteer at the library and read the children and
that's
practice
such good
that way.
Practicing. And also, actually, reading aloud is such a good skill to have, because in voice acting, a lot of times you don't get the script ahead of time. So a lot of the games that I work on, I'll show up and this is the first time I'm ever seeing the words I'm gonna say. And so you have to be really good at seeing a sentence on the page and being able to say it immediately, which might not seem, you might be like, well, I can read, so I can do it, but it is a skill that you have to practice. So I always say reading aloud to your family or just yourself is really good practice.
Into your phone maybe? Recording yourself into your phone and watching it back.
And luckily we're in a time where there's so many resources online. So if you want to get into voice acting, there are so many online workshops. My recommendation is if you take an online workshop, make sure that the person that you're taking the class from is a current working actor. That is my one recommendation.
Will you have workshops of your own, maybe? Because that could be cool.
Maybe. I don't have right now. My dear friend, Erica Harlicker, has been teaching some classes. So she's an amazing person and an amazing teacher. So I would recommend taking her class.
How often, or does it ever happen, do you get to see the character you're voicing before you do the work?
That's actually pretty often.
That happens normally.
Sometimes when I audition, I don't get to see a picture, but for Genshin, I did get to see a picture. And before I record, because I record cutscenes for Genshin, I get to see a little, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, there's an animatic.
Okay.
So I get to see a little bit of what's happening. A lot of the times for Genshin, there's an animatic.
Okay. I mean, that's good. They kind of know ahead of time.
Yeah.
And can give you, so how do you go about when you see a character you're going to portray? How do you go about deciding what you feel like that character sounds like?
That's a good question. I don't generally base it off of what they look like.
Okay.
I base it off of the description that I'm given. So a lot of times when we're working on characters, we're given a description of their age range or things like, it'll maybe say like timid or excited or
Okay.
peppy. And I sort of base it off of that, but it also just depends on like what the genre is. If it's
Sure.
video games, that's a different thing than if it's animation or if it's anime. So there's a lot of different things that go into it.
Is there a preference for you in terms of working in games versus quote unquote standard animation or other voice work?
No, I mean I'm like I love it all. I'll do whatever.
voice act.
Yeah.
All right, I told you
Yeah.
I was going to ask you this. What about doing work on this side of the camera where you can be seen? Is that
Yeah, so not a lot of people know this, but I did some on-camera work before I became a voice actor. Do you know those crime reenactment?
yeah, like old
shows?
unsolved mysteries?
I
and like,
was on one of those.
yeah?
Yes, and I was the person who was,
Oh, no,
Yes.
unalived.
yeah, unalived. So.
Oh, is that maybe that's why you don't want to do that again? Or you're like, nah.
And in one of the scenes, it was like after it had happened, and so they pour like this like sticky red substance to be blood, and we were in a cornfield because it happened. Anyway, it was this whole thing, and so we like did the shot, and then they were like, "Okay, we're gonna take a 10-minute break." Sarah, you can't move because if you do, the trajectory of the liquid will change. And so, well, we can bring you snacks and stuff if you just want to take your 10-minute break here. And I had to, everyone left. I was just laying
you're
in
just
a
stuck.
cornfield. And I was like,
Maybe not what I want to do.
I don't know about this.
We'll stay in a booth if okay.
Yeah, but no, the real reason that I love voiceover as my favorite type of acting to do is because I think there's a lot more freedom in what you get to do. Like
Sure.
when you're on camera or on stage, how you look does make a difference.
Sure.
And behind the microphone, there's just more freedom of like the type of character you get to play, but also there's a lot more collaboration happening.
Sure.
So sometimes if I'm working on something like, was Angela in Trials of Mana, and in that video game, we would do something and I would be like, can I try something? And they would be like, sure, try
Just give it a whirl,
and
yeah.
I would get to just like make something up, and if they liked it, they would keep it. So,
Now, you sing
yes.
as well.
Yes.
How often do you get to sing as a character you're portraying?
Not that often. I wish more.
I was gonna ask that. Would you like to do
I would
that
love
more?
to do. Okay, there is supposedly a Genshin anime happening
Uh-oh.
that we don't know anything about.
Okay.
Like I legitimately don't know anything about it. But myself and Erica Harlicker, who plays Venti, the bard, we are like, we're like, hey, what if we sang the intro? We're like keeping like, what if we? We're like pitching it really hard, but the like current people that we work with are like, we're not in charge of that, so
Doesn't have anything. So we just need to
but
like
every
start a
time
campaign for it.
we're like, hey, think about it, and they're like, we will, but we have nothing to say.
I think we could campaign
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, yeah.
Like we could get behind that and
What if
say
it was?
that we want
What
you
if
to
it
do
was
it.
me and Zach, the two travelers, and Erica Harlicker, the bard? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be amazing?
See, look,
Yeah.
they're excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just put the energy out there. I have nothing, I don't know anything that's going on with it. We found out that the anime was happening when everyone else did. Like when the trailer was dropped,
Yeah.
people were tagging
You.
us being like, oh my gosh, so exciting. We were like, what is this?
Because you didn't know.
Because we didn't know.
You know now.
We know now, and maybe,
We
and
know
hopefully
now.
we'll get to work on it.
I certainly hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Do any of you out there have questions? or remarks, or are you afraid? I mean, there could be. I'm
If you just
sensing a
want me to
little-
talk about things, I can. We can talk
That's
about.
okay.
Okay.
It looks like that's maybe a little more of.
Okay, we can talk about things. All right. So, who here has seen the Arlecchino animated short?
Look, there we go.
Animated short. Okay, here's the thing. First of all, it's amazing, right? And they did such a good job. The voice acting is amazing in it, and the like art quality is beautiful. Okay. Tell me why. Tell me why I'm watching this animated short about Fatui Harbinger Arlecchino. And I was like, uh-oh. Am I on Arlecchino's side? Uh-oh. I was like, uh-oh, am I a fan of Arlecchino now? Like, what is happening? So, listen, MiHoYo, good job. Good job. You got me. You got me. Because I was like, wait a second. We should be enemies because she's a harbinger and I'm the traveler. We should be enemies. I should hate her. But that animated short got me. And I was like, wait a second. I'm a fan now.
How much time do you put in actually playing?
Well, I stream every week.
You do.
7:30 p.m. Thursdays when I'm in town. And I play 2 hours every week. And then around 2 hours, I message the mods and I go, when is a good time to end? Just because 2 hours is a long time with no snacks. You know, you need a snack after
You
2
can have
hours.
snacks on stream.
I guess I
could have snacks on stream.
I feel like, okay, does anyone have that thing where if you hear somebody eat, you're like,
Nah,
that's
they
a
like
scary noise.
they like mukbang. They like it. It's a whole thing.
Okay, so I'm shifting into like food ASMR is what I'm hearing.
I feel
I'm
like
kidding,
you
I'm
could do
kidding.
both.
I'm kidding.
That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
kidding. I do think we have a question right there,
It looks like it.
potentially.
Potential question here in the back. We're working our way
Wait.
over to you with a
Wait for the
microphone.
microphone.
Here it comes.
Now you got it.
There you go.
Okay, so we know you've done stuff for Genshin, that's why most
Yeah.
of us are here. Have you wanted to do anything for MiHoYo's sister games like Honkai Star Rail or the upcoming Zenless Zone Zero?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if they want to cast me in that, I would say yes.
You start another campaign.
So yeah. But no, Star Rail is so cool. I would love to be in Star Rail. And I did not know what the other thing they were talking about is.
It's MiHoYo's coming up with a game, like it's actually due like soon or in July. It's called Zenless Zone Zero.
That's so cool. I had not heard of that,
I've
but
been paying attention to it because it looks cool.
that's awesome. I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, I would be so down to do. I'm one of those people where I'm like, I'll do anything. I want to be in all of the things. But yeah, mostly I think because Genshin is ongoing, a lot of my focus tends to be Genshin because I record for it. We record for it like
Consistently,
Yeah,
like it's on
whenever
the-
the patch updates are happening, we'll record. So
What is your pop culture poison? Are you an anime person? Do you like anime? Are you a sci-fi person? Are you...
I like everything. Okay, I have not seen a ton of anime.
Okay.
The anime that I've seen that I really like, the first anime that I ever really liked that I like binge watched the entire season was Sword Art Online.
Hey, classic.
It's so good. The first season was amazing. I did stop watching it in some of the subsequent seasons. Just because, listen, I don't have a long attention span. I always say, I'm always like, the only reason that I've played Genshin this long is because people come hang out with me in stream. And then it like forces me, because I do it every week, so it like forces me. But I don't have a long attention span. So I started to watch Fruits Basket. Fruits
classic.
Basket? Singular? Because my friend Erica told me, it's a really cute anime. And I said, okay, I just don't want to watch anything sad. Nothing sad. And she was like, no, it's super cute. You'll love it. I
That's a
started to
setup.
watch it and I texted her and I was like, so this is starting to feel a little sad. Did you lie to me?
Yep.
She was like, well,
It was a setup.
but it's also cute. And I was like, no, 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 no. So I didn't finish it. But what else have I seen?
What else do you like? What about outside of anime? What do you, if you are home and you get a chance to relax, if you're going to watch something,
Okay,
what would
well,
you choose?
every single year I rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay,
the
classic.
series. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like one of my. I don't know if everyone knows this, but I have a real life twin brother.
Yeah.
And yes, just like Ether, his name is Isaac. But we are not separated. Like I know where he is. I see him.
He's been on your channel with you. You stream
he's-
together. Yeah.
I get to see him. He and I rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender every single year. So that's like my top favorite.
So who's your
show.
favorite character?
My favorite character?
Yes.
I don't know that I have a favorite character. I mean, the
Nah.
whole gang
Okay.
is my favorite character.
That's cheap.
Oh, also Uncle Iroh.
Uncle Iroh.
I love him.
I also
love
love
him.
Uncle Iroh. Okay.
Maybe, okay. I don't know. I can't choose. I'm not good at favorites.
God, that's the pressure we like. We like to,
Yeah.
like, you know.
I love Zuko. Zuko is one of my favorite characters.
Zuko is awesome. Great art. Zuko has a great character
Yeah,
arc.
I like Katara. I'm just like listing all the characters.
You kind of are.
And like Aang, Toph.
Okay. So Avatar binging once a year.
Yes.
The whole series. The whole.
Yeah, every episode.
Okay.
From start to finish.
Okay, but just The Last Airbender. Not.
Sometimes we'll watch Legend of Korra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some Legend of Korra. What about the live action? Did you watch the live action?
I have not
Not
watched
the movie.
it.
We don't count
Not
the
the
movie. We don't count the
not the movie. I heard about it, but I haven't watched it yet. Has anyone here watched the live action of? Did you like it? It was good. Okay, I might have to. Here's the thing. I'm gonna admit something to y'all. I am a lover, not a hater. So I am that person. Have y'all seen Madam Web? Okay, so we did get one bad response. However, I really did like the movie.
Did you?
I did, and so many people didn't like it. But I like to like things. So I'll pretty much
What do you like
anything.
about it? I think that's the important thing. What do you like about it?
About Madam Web?
Yes.
I liked there was like the friendship between all the girls,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
like I felt like, yeah,
Camaraderie.
yeah.
Okay.
And then there's like kind of like well, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody.
I don't think they're gonna watch it.
Okay, well,
I don't think.
okay, well, there's like there's like kind of like a time element to it where it's like I can see into the future maybe a little bit, and that was kind of cool.
Okay.
I did. Okay, apparently though, Uncle Ben is in that movie, and I didn't realize that was Uncle Ben.
Let's not talk about that.
But yeah, I am down to watch the Avatar live action because I love Avatar.
Are you?
The end. Is this now an Avatar panel? Should we talk about all the
I
things?
think there are people who like Avatar here, right?
Yeah.
You guys are Avatar.
Everyone
fans.
is nodding their head. Yeah, as you should. Thank you.
I agree. Let's talk about the creative side of things for you.
Okay.
Do you write? Do you like to create your own things? Is that an avenue outside of maybe just doing voice acting that you're interested in?
I do not write, but I love to read.
Okay.
I'm a reader.
That counts.
So one of my very close friends is writing and I can talk about it because she's talked about it, but Erica, who voices Cindy, is writing a book, and I'm not gonna like talk about it too much, 'cause obviously it's not out yet.
Sure.
But it is amazing, and I've read it, and hopefully she'll get it published soon. It's super good. Yeah.
Do you have, as a reader, do you have suggestions for people for like what they should be looking to read?
Oh my gosh, no. I wish I did have suggestions.
Because you don't do favorites.
I don't do favorites.
So it's like,
Does everyone here, who likes to read? Yeah, okay. There's something about reading, and I feel like it's similar with voice acting. There's something about reading that, like, have you ever read a book and then seen the, like, TV adaptation or movie adaptation, and it was good and you really liked it, but there's like something magical about the book.
It's
you know what
missing
I'm talking
some
about?
of the elements.
It's because I think for those of us with really strong imaginations, which I think everyone who raised their hand has one, because I think people who like to read a lot,
Yeah.
it's like our imaginations create a world for us. And I think that for voiceover, because we're not on a set, we're not being filmed, we're not like, there's no props. You have to use your imagination, and I feel like that's why I love voice acting and also why I love to read, because I think I love that I get to like create a little world with my own
Your imagination, your own imagination. You get to kind of create that world in your own head.
Yeah, my mind palace. No, I'm kidding.
I like that. Do you have a preferred genre? Or will you just
Or
read?
for reading?
Yeah.
I don't prefer to read nonfiction.
Okay. You do not like nonfiction.
Those who raise their hand for reading, do you read fiction mostly? Yeah. Fiction? Okay. Listen, nonfiction is great, but I want like a story.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? And I want like drama.
Yeah.
I want there to be like, oh man, some of the books that I'll read, I'm like, this is.
You're able to, again, with your own imagination, you can kind of put some of that, but you want it, not like steamy, but like you want a little drama, a little additional.
Listen, there will be like, you know when like, there's always in the books, not always, but a lot of times there's like two friends and they're like fighting, and they like say mean things to each other, and then they're like, later they're like, I didn't mean it, and then they just move on. I'm a sucker for that. I'm like, yeah, fight, drama. But like in my own life, if one of my friends were like to fight with me, I'll be like, oh no.
Let's not do that.
We should not do that. I don't want to.
I keep your drama in your books.
Yeah, I'm like,
not in your life.
I don't want to. No.
I mean, that's fair. I want to kind of go back to pivot back to voice acting a little bit.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
How often?
That's what happens.
Well, saying in a moment, we have a question over here, so if you make your way around while I ask this question.
Okay.
How often do you get to do voice work where you can see the other people that you're acting with, or are you generally in a booth by yourself doing your own lines with no kind of feedback?
I'm almost always by myself. Actually, I'm not by myself because my dog Remy is a studio dog, and Remy will be in the booth with me all the time, so I'm not alone.
How do you keep Remy quiet while you?
He is the quietest dog.
Oh, okay, so it's not a problem.
He's the sleepiest boy. Like this dog. One time we went into a studio. We were in studio, and they come in. They're setting the mic up. Me and the director, we're just, hey, how are you? Da-da-da. The director looks into the booth. Remy's already asleep. Remy, he's completely like, do you know how dogs do that thing where they're like fully laid out? Not like curled up, but like laid. He's like fully laid out, asleep. And the director's like, is he already sleeping? I was like, yeah, his nap time has begun.
He's comfortable with you there. That's wonderful.
I did do a session where there was like a lot of feeling happening, like screaming and crying into the microphone.
Yeah.
And I glanced down at him, and he's looking up at me, like waiting for eye contact. And then when I looked at him and I kind of like smiled and nodded, he put his head back down.
He's like, okay, I'm just making sure you're all right.
Yeah, he was like, everything okay? Okay.
Okay. As long as he checked, we have a question up front.
Also here, this in the red.
So we have a couple. So we're gonna bounce. We'll do this. We'll do this one first, and we'll move back. I didn't do it. You did it. You're good. Just because the speaker's right there. We're good. Go ahead.
All right, you talk about freedom when it comes to voice acting. With that in mind, how much, if any, improv do you have at all?
It depends on the project. So, for dubbing, which is a lot of times to picture, or so for example, some of the games that I've been in, the original language is not English. That's when I will dub. Those will have sometimes like a time limit, a time frame that the English line has to happen within like 3 seconds.
Right.
And so a lot of times with that, there's not really time to improv. Sometimes I'll get to do some what we call pre-life. So that'll be like a breath or a laugh or things like that. But other times, like when I was in Trials of Mana, they let me improv nonstop. There are lines that I would be like, I just feel like she would say it this way, and they would go, okay, and they would let me do it. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Oh, Angela, when she jumps, she goes, and originally they had wanted like a little like kind of anime sounding, but I was like, I just feel she's a princess, like she doesn't like to be outside.
It's not her thing.
Yeah, so they let me improv a lot in that. So it depends on the project, and it also depends on the genre, and if it's coming from another language, sometimes there's less flexibility because it's just like it's timing, you know? Yeah.
That makes sense. We have a question in the back.
First things first, I just want to thank you for saying things about the Mind Palace. I am very obsessed with the Sherlock fandom, so I caught that immediately.
Yes.
But my question is, how long does it take you to normally do one session?
Ooh, okay, that's a good question. Again, it's always different, so I'll use Genshin as an example. If we're doing a patch that mostly just has the like video cutscenes, that's gonna take less time than if we're doing an update that has, do you know the character menu?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it depends. Like, if you're doing video work, like where the lip flaps have to match the video, that can sometimes take longer because if the mouth is opening and closing, then the vowels have to match. So in addition to the line being written a specific way, sometimes you have to say the line in a specific way while still acting in order for it to like fit.
For it to line up with what you're seeing on screen.
Yeah, because otherwise it won't match, and I don't know if y'all have watched a lot of anime, but like if it doesn't match, if it's like if they've squeezed like a lot of words in, you're like this, you can tell, it shows up. So when you're doing the lip flap, that can take a long time because you really have to like match it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sort of depends, but generally I would say most sessions are like 2 to 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Listen, Sarah, we only have a couple minutes left.
Okay.
So I have one question for you.
We should get this last question from Lumine.
Wait, let's do it.
Lumine. And then
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Let's do that.
So I wanted to ask, you said that you play Genshin yourself, right? So other than Lumine, is there any other characters that you have a lot of playtime on or main?
Okay, so my party right now is a Traveler Archon party because I like the idea of them all hanging out and running around Sabat. So right now my party is Lumine, Venti, Raiden, and Zhongli. Yeah. I love my party. So those are who I mostly have. I recently did the Arlecchino story, which I won't talk about if not everyone's done it, but I will say there's a fight in it where I was like, oh no, I should have a healer. Oh no. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I heard that if Zhongli is C6, he's a healer. So
you can make it happen.
We gotta get another Zhongli banner, I guess. I don't know when that will be.
You stream on YouTube? Are you on Twitch? Where else can people watch you stream?
Only on YouTube.
Only on YouTube?
Yeah.
So make sure you guys look that up and follow and watch, because every week.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Just about. When you're there.
Yes.
When you're there, you can, but they can set up notifications and make sure that they get a notification. I think if we could, because we gotta wrap up, unfortunately, should we take like a big group picture?
Yeah.
Could we do that?
We could do that.
What if we have everybody stand up?
Okay.
Right? And then do you want to turn and face it? We'll do it as a selfie? Or do you want to go down and we can... You want to do
whatever you want. You're the director.
Oh, shucks. I'm in charge. I think we do both.
What's going on, everybody? Did you enjoy what you saw? Of course you did. So if you want to help us out and support us, here's what you can do. On whatever platform you're currently streaming this on, just like, share, and subscribe. Then head over to patreon.com/loadingsnacks and become one of our patrons there.